Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video. Volume 13 Chapter 5 Without a Hitch Part 1 including Roxy, the exploration of the labyrinth restarted. Just according to schedule, we descended down to the third floor, all at once. The enemies on the third floor are tarantula deathlords, iron crawlers, and the additional mad skulls. Mad skulls are a rank monsters. Their outer appearance is of a giant mud golem with no neck. The height, I would say, is around 2.5 meters. They appear quite wide and solid as well. Somewhere around their chest they have a skull buried, and that is the weak point. I guess that's right. Ya asterisk ra or sa asterisk eru might be close. Although their movements are dull, no matter how much you attack the mud parts, it has no effect. And if it comes down to a dangerous situation, the skull in its chest hides further inside of its body. In regards to attack methods, other than attacking people physically with its body, it uses magic almost like a rock bullet, as well. However, the reason why it is included as a rank isn't that monsters of low intelligence obey its commands. The iron crawlers and the tarantula deathlords become the servants to the mad skull. In contrast to its golem-like outer appearance, it has high intelligence. It uses the iron crawlers as an advance guard, has tarantulas protect the middle, and it stands as rear guard in the formation as intruders attack. Mad Skull is a command-type monster. The iron crawler's stampede combined with the tarantula's sticky web and tangle is the tactic from the second floor. On the deeper floors, Mad Skull joins the fray, and they give out commands while using rock bullets. For Paul and the others who were having a hard fight on the second floor, I'm sure these tactics were severe. Despite fighting with all their might, they should have had no leeway to search for Roxy at all. Nevertheless, with the addition of Roxy and I, we solve this problem. Then, the monsters protecting the middle, the spiders, are no big deal. So, we take the initiative with Roxy as the advance guard, finishing the iron crawlers, and myself as the rear guard, attacking the mad skulls, and it works fine. Paul and the other two were plenty to deal with the spiders. Since I'm in the back and Roxy is in front of me, then, Paul and the others decrease the number of enemies. Mad skulls are weak to water, because they're mud after all. If you increase their water content, they end up flowing away. Otherwise, it's fire. Drying out the mud, they become unable to move. However, rock bullet works fine for me. If I focus using the demon eye, I can snipe their weak point, the skull, with a single, rock bullet. One shot, one kill, I'd say. I'm a skilled sniper. But, I'm just a hornworm, or camper, who won't move from spawn point. Phew, after annihilating the enemies, Roxy let out a sigh. I peek at her face, which looks out from under the brim of her hat. I'm sure her magic power is decreasing. It's a somewhat tired face. Suddenly, Roxy faces my direction. While looking up at me with somewhat slanted, upturned eyes, after our eyes met, she quickly avoided eye contact. Before long, I'm going to be out of magic power. Please allow some break time. With those words, we take a break until we return to the passage. On my end, I still have plenty of room in my aggregate magic power. Rather, it probably hasn't even decreased by half yet. Fundamentally, I haven't even used anything but rock bullet, either. Roxy is the one freezing the enemies using Frost Nova. It can't be helped. Her exhaustion is fast. Excuse me, because the amount of my magic power is insufficient. Roxy said that with a sigh while sitting down. No, though I think you have plenty. Roxy's precision with her magic is extremely high. With shortened incantations, she's completely using ranged magic and she is perfect. Occasionally, even though the spray from Water Splash may get on Paul and the others, but after that, her icicle field freezes only the enemies with a surprising precision. Speaking of precision, in other words, it means limiting magic power. Even though that's the case, she's continued to fight for a considerably long period. It's by no means because her amount of magic power is insufficient. Most likely, it's equal to or even above the amount of Sylphy. Well then, it's about the time I'd like for the magic circle to the fourth floor to be found, I'd say. Gisu compared the book to the map while scratching his chin. After going down to the third floor, the second day since we entered will soon pass. According to the author of the book, the number of days it takes to clear the third floor is 5 days. Rudy, is it fine for me to borrow your back for a bit? Roxy asked. Please do. After responding, Roxy leaned on my back. In the middle of break time, Roxy rests while drooping onto my back. Rather than leaning against a cave wall, I'm sure leaning against a person's back is more restful. The so-called side benefit, nevertheless, I never thought I would get to see Rudy enter a labyrinth. That's right. Is there any kind of advice you have for me? Since Rudy's basic movements, in regards to the party, are well done, there's nothing to say. Thank you very much. Chantless magic has an extremely high precision. It sure is amazing. No, I still have a ways to go. Still a ways. Right, still a ways to go. After looking at Roxy, I really feel that way. She doesn't increase the number of cards she has in her hand, but increases the number of things she can do. Then, by combining the cards she has, she overwhelms the opponent. In the past, I used to do that as well, but at some point unaware, it had become where all I use as Rock Bullet and Quagmire. It's no good like this, but against opponents to some level, it will win the battle. Even though I say that, it's not strong against opponents who use clever techniques, based on that assumption. My tactics are perfect against no opponents, as well. The objective is high and there's no objective in front of my eyes. Like this, I can't improve anymore. Rudy. What is it? If we're able to save Zenith-san and you have spare time, would you like to explore a labyrinth together with me? Just the two of us? Yes. Right now, we're in a cornered situation, in terms of time, but exploring a labyrinth is interesting. Wouldn't you like forming a party with the two of us, and entering an easier labyrinth? Labyrinths, huh. Honestly, if Gisu weren't here, then I feel like I would quickly step into a trap though. However, Roxy is a person that is able to explore labyrinths alone. Well, she's a bit clumsy, but she has actual results, as well. If I follow along with her, I'm sure we could possibly conquer one. That's fine. After we return, let's enter a labyrinth together. It's a promise. Yeah, it's a promise. In the corner of my field of vision, I saw Roxy's hand relax a bit. I'm feeling a bit sleepy. I'll sleep for a bit. Yes, good night. After saying that, I felt Roxy get comfortable and the power disappear from her back. I responded on momentum, but exploring a labyrinth requires a considerable number of days. For me, who has no choice other than to raise a child, I wonder if I'll have that kind of time. Well, it's not a conversation for right away. It will be fine if I have spare time. After my child is born and it becomes a bit bigger, Sylphy and I will have more flexibility. I'm sure by that time, I'll be over 20 years old, but, well, I'm sure there's no problem. Nevertheless, I'm happy. Being invited to a party by Roxy, it feels like she recognizes my ability. It would be good if I were careful to show her my good parts only. While thinking such things, I slept for a bit as well. That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.